Hi guys, so today we are going to be learning how to use the layer mask and also using the layer mask to create this text effect. Shadow. Alright, let's go. Alright, so we are going to apply the mask to the text layer, and then we are going to apply the mask to an image layer. So we have this text, right, the size, and this is where the mask is. This, can you see? Layer mask. So when you click this, and after selecting the layer you want to apply the mask on, click this, and then this icon appears. That shows that you have a mask applied to this text. And this link, this chain link icon, means that the mask is linked to the text. So whatever you do to the mask is going to affect the text. But before we go forward, I want to just give a brief explanation. So the mask works like the meaning of the mask that you know, right? A mask is supposed to either reveal a thing, or let's just say reveal a part of a thing, or conceal a part of a thing. When someone wears a mask, right, what are they trying to do? They're trying to reveal a certain part of their face or conceal a certain part of their face. So it's the same with this mask, right? Now the mask is white when you bring it into your space. When you click on the mask, you are going to have a white mask. If it's black, then when you're clicking the mask, hold your shift key and click the mask, then it will appear white. But if it's white, you don't need to do that. So you have the mask and it's all white. So the principle of the mask works in this way: wherever is white, reveals; wherever is black, conceals. What does that mean? I don't understand. Okay, let's get our brush tool. So we have our brush tool here, and let's change our foreground to black by clicking this. So we have black. So we have our brush tool. Reduce the size of our brush. Remember, we are selecting the mask. Now let's paint black. See, so wherever, now look at our mask where we painted black. Black conceals, white reveals. So right now we are painting black on our mask, and then you can see where what we have painted on our mask, and we can see anything. Now let's change our brush to white. Change it here, and we are going to paint on the mask. The mask is selected, and yeah, painting white. So maybe because the text is black, you may not be able to really grasp the work of the mask. So we are going to change the text color to red, something that is far from white or black. And let's click on our mask, go to our brush tool, and paint. So the short key to change, to alternate your foreground and your background color here is X. Can you see? Great. So I'm going to just use X quickly to alternate that. And you can see I'm painting black, right? And it's taking my work away. So when I alternate to white and I paint white, you can see it reveals my work. So that's for text layer. Let's bring in an image. All right, so we have this image by Thaddeus, which we have used in the previous section. So let's let's just turn it or rotate it and increase the size to fill the entire workspace. All right, so we are going to apply the mask to it. Right, apply the mask. So right now nothing has happened, but if we want to kind of only reveal a little part, right, we would not be adding a white mask, we'll be rather adding a, a black mask. So right now I've applied a black mask and you can't see anything because everything, guess what, is concealed. Black conceals, white reveals. So if I want to reveal any part of the image, I have to paint white. Let's just paint white. So our brush has hardness of 0%. That's why we have that fade. So let's just put it at 100%. So it's sharp. Right, so I just painted white and now you can see white on the mask. Right, if I want to paint black everywhere, white I mean, right, as you can see, so what happens on the mask is reflected on the workspace. So that's the work of the mask, and it's important that you use white and black as you paint on your mask because any other color will come out as gray, right? And not only the brush can be used on the mask, you can also use the gradient tool. So let's clear our mask. Let's remove the mask and add a new mask. And let's pick our gradient tool. Remember, black to white. So we have our gradient. Let's pick black to white. It's already selected. And remember, black conceals, white reveals. So we are going to draw from black to white. Now this is what you have. This is what you have. You have black, that is, you have it concealing towards, revealing, or you have it concealed the most at this point, which is black, and revealed the most at this point, which is white on our mask. So if we have a text behind, you'd see that at this point the text is really faint, but at this point the text is very clear because it treats this image as there's nothing here, right? So anything can you can see anything well here, but every other place, it loses its transparency because it's revealed at the top of it. So you can use the gradient and the brush to work on the mask. So moving forward, we are going to have a little project that we are going to do, having a text effect using the mask that kind of looks like we are applying shadows, but it's not shadow. All right, so let's go. So we are just going to make sure it's black, our foreground, then change our foreground to black, and then have our text. Oh, this is too big. Let's say 50, and change our text to white color. Right, so highlight everything, just have S there. So shadow is, I think, 8 letter words, and or let's just write shadow. Is it 8 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we have 6 letter word, shadow. But we want to have each text on another layer. So let's use our move tool, hold our option or alt, and duplicate this. Change our text to by pressing letter T on our keyboard. Change this. Okay, let's do it the other way. Let's duplicate first the S 6 times. So just try to make sure that your smart guide helps you to have your work aligned. So I'm duplicating again, and now it shows me that the spaces are the same when it shows 666 across the rest. So we have 5 S's, and yeah, so we have 6 S's. That may have sound somehow, but I believe that you know what I mean. So we are going to change the text to spell shadow. So let's change this to H, change this to A, on check mark, change this to D, click on the check mark, change this to O, click on the check mark, change this to W. So we have shadow, right, going from S on our layer, H, A, D, O, W, right? So make sure yours spells shadow going up on our layer. And then I'm gonna just pick my tool, my move tool, and then move the text above the S, which is the H, move it into the S a bit. So I'm holding my shift key so that let's increase the size so we can see what we are doing. Okay, so let's move it. Right, so same thing with the A. So so the A is not aligned well. I just corrected it by using my direction key, my keyboard. So let's hold the shift key, remember, so it's all in the same height. So you're just moving them into one another. All right, so we have that, and what we do now is we are going to just highlight all of them on our layer by click, hold shift, click, and then group them, Control G or Command G. So now I can move everything when I activate transform by Control T, move it to the middle. So we have our text in the middle, and then begin to apply mask to all of them. Apply mask, apply mask, apply mask, apply mask. So I have applied mask to all of them, but now you can see anything until we pick our gradient tool. So let's get our gradient tool. It has white here and black, so we have to change that. So we have white on our black on our foreground because we are trying to conceal some part of the work. So on our first layer, the S on our first letter, I'm going to just draw into the S. right? I'm going to do that again. Draw into the S. On our second layer, I'm going to do the same thing, draw into the H. On our third letter, I'm going to draw into the A. On our fourth letter, I'm going to draw into the D. That's okay. Right. On our fifth letter, I'm going to draw into the O. And so we have this text effect done right now. And to show that this is not drop shadow and this is the mask work, you can see that we have our background as black. If we create not a mask, if we create an adjustment layer of solid color, right, to appear above the background black, right? So let's change the background color. You can see that it still reveals the background, which is red. If we change the color to blue, it reveals the background, which is blue. If we change the color to purple, it reveals the background, right? So this is not shadow. It is just using the mask effect to create an illusion of shadow. All right, so I'd like to see your classwork when you do this, right? And yeah, so bye.